welcome to MGP579. I'm Kev, and with me as ever, there's Sheepdog, Anna, and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
Hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Breaking news, everybody. This is reason for excitement. Just as I pressed record, I finally got my Lapras EX in Pokemon TCG Pocket. It came out of a pack. I finally have it. I've been trying to get it all week. Huzzah. That's all the gaming news I have. See you next week, boys and girls.
Did you remember this app existed just as the podcast started, like I did?
No, I've been playing it constantly for a week. I am utterly obsessed with it. It is the greatest app in the history of the world.
I suppose it is your thing. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but if he gets into, I've told him if he gets into,
as I've told you, twice a day, all week. I've been telling you. Firstly, you don't need to spend any money on the app.
Well, it's $7.99 a month.
I haven't paid that yet. I will be paying that, but you don't need to at the moment. And I don't want to get back into physical cards because this is better than physical cards because I get to open packs constantly throughout the day. It's great. Sheepdog and Pab, you're both terrible disappointments because you're not even using your hourglasses. I keep going on there to see if you've bothered to level up at all, and you're just not. I was a higher level than both of you are now by the end of the evening when Pab told me the app existed. You got to use your hourglasses, man. Use your hourglasses.
I don't know how they work.
Just use them.
I click on it and it goes, yeah. And I go, well, how do I use this hourglass? And it goes, I don't know.
Just try and open packs and it will say, you need to use your hourglasses. I figured that out.
I'm level 9 now.
Okay, you are actually.
So I've moved.
Getting on with it then.
I figured it out yesterday.
Goodness me. But yeah, I'm having an absolutely lovely time with this. I'm currently level 19. I have over 200 unique Pokemon in my Pokedex. I am enjoying battling. We've got 2 events going on at the moment. We've got the Lapras EX solo event, which is the one that I just finished as we were getting ready for the show. And as of today, there's a versus event, which is basically just getting me loads and loads of delicious packs. They have a lovely little it's an emblem event, which I'm just waving my willy all over with my beautiful Mewtwo EX deck that I've carefully crafted together because it is the meta deck, and I'm just destroying everybody and having a lovely, lovely time. It is just great. It perfectly balances scratching all of my itches. I get to open packs pretty much constantly. I get to play the game whenever I feel like it, but don't feel like I have to play it constantly. And it's just fun. It's really good fun. Pab, I'm very upset that you didn't tell me this came out the moment it came out. You made me wait a day. I'm forever going to be a day behind on this app, and I'm very upset about it. I'm going to need a written apology, I think.
How is it my fault?
Because you are my source of video game news. How would I know?
I provided it to you.
A day late.
When I heard me.
A day late. Imagine how much further on I could be if I'd have known the moment it came out rather than a day late.
Oh, well.
Yeah, oh, well, indeed. But yeah, it's really jolly good. Highly recommended. 3 thumbs up. Everyone should go and get it now. It's free to play. And that was what I was saying to Anna. It is genuine free to play. You don't have to put any money into this. They have got the premium $7.99 subscription that just basically lets you open 1 extra app a day. You get a 2-week free trial of that. So I'm still in the free trial of that. I probably will pay it because I'm playing it so much and really enjoying it that I don't begrudge giving them $7.99 a month. I don't think the premium pass itself is particularly good value because $7.99 for 1 extra pack a day. Well, you get so many packs thrown at you constantly.
1 extra pack.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And I must have opened. I reckon I've opened 100 packs over the course of the week. Maybe not that many. If there's a way, if it says somewhere on there, if it's got a running total, but I can't be far off that. So 1 extra pack doesn't feel like it's going to make much of a difference. But I feel like I need to give these people some money. They've made an incredible game. It's not. It's because it's a unique version of the trading card game. So it's not the same game that you play with the physical cards. It's with a smaller deck, smaller bench, smaller win conditions. So it's completely different and it's brilliant and it's perfect for a mobile app. They've knocked it out of the park with this. The clever little rascals. So yeah, other than that, how is everybody?
For like the first week. I came
Why
to it
didn't you
very
get
late
it, you monster?
because
You're
I
supposed
really
to like Pokemon.
do not care about the card game, and
You need to
yeah,
start
I'm just
caring.
completely indifferent to it. I'm sad to say.
It's time you started caring. It's wonderful.
I mean, I go in and I open packs, but I just see like 12 hours. I don't really want to spend points on stuff. I don't know. I'll just let them build up. I don't
Why?
really.
To what
don't know.
end? Their only purpose is to be used to allow you to open packs. They don't offer you anything else. They're literally just a way to open more packs. You earn them for doing tasks. It's the in-game currency. You earn them for doing stuff, and then you spend them on packs. That's kind of the point of the game. Otherwise, you've just got a weird 12-hour egg timer that gives you a pat on the head every 12 hours when you open the app. Which does sound
just got
rubbish.
the,
I can understand not enjoying that. That does sound rubbish.
I got the Mewtwo EX card just now. Just
Go,
pretty
Mr.
cool.
Fancy. Now you can go and wave your willy all over the noobs who don't have it. People get very upset at the Mewtwo EX card. Very powerful. Pair it with a Gardevoir and you're laughing. That's your combo, Sheepdog. That's your combo. But
God, it's playing a whole video. It's just going off on one now.
Yeah, it should do. You get the whole little animation of it. It's a very special card. But it's
cool.
It's just delicious. It's a wonderful game. I'm very much enjoying it. And now we can do our normal start of the show preamble. I didn't mean to jump straight into talking about video games, but it literally popped up on my screen as I said hello, and I just got excited.
I was about to be like, I've not really got much to preamble about, and then it occurred to me that I've had a generally ridiculous week, which on one day I what did I do? I went blind. There was one thing that happened.
Nice. I did the opposite of that this week.
What? It was there was like 3 things that happened, and I was like, today's been ridiculous. And then, excuse me 1 second. Need to clear my voice. Just even thinking about it was choking me up. There's a good reason why I'm suddenly unable to breathe, and it'll make more sense in a minute. Although, anyway,
Is it that you're holding your breath?
No. So, yeah, I had like a really weird Monday where I sort of had all these problems with whatever I was sorting out, and then I also was just under the weather, and I had a bit of a migraine coming on. And when I get migraines, I can't see, and I generally just shut down. It was all a bit of a weird mess. I was also feeling a bit weirdly like moody because it was my 10-year anniversary at work and no one had really acknowledged it. And I was like, that's a bit harsh. What on earth? And I didn't really realize I'd kind of been bothered by it. I just thought it was a bit odd that no one had said anything. Then I felt guilty that I didn't see the email they'd sent me where they'd sent me like a gift voucher like for a few £100 and a big like congratulations on your 10 years. And I was like,
Wow.
oh God, I'm such a bad person for feeling a bit put out. But anyway, when it got to the evening, I was like, today was really weird. And I was like reflecting on what a weird day it was. And then my daughter came home and was like, my friend needs to get rid of one of their pets. Can we have it? And I was very much like, no. But everybody else was like, we want it. So I met this enormous Maine Coon cat that is like a mini bloody lion. And we're
what a big, yeah.
We're getting it at the weekend to live with us. And I'm just like, that wasn't on my agenda for the week when I got up on Monday. But we're gonna have a cat by the end of the weekend.
Me and you were having a cat.
Yeah, and I was under the impression I've been allergic to cats for the past 20 years, but went around there and saw it, and I was only mildly sniffly. So I mean, this time next week,
shortly after I lost the ability to see and don't see.
No, it was before the cat that I lost the ability to see. But yeah, no, I'm quite looking forward to that. Our youngest doesn't know yet. I'm looking forward to him meeting our pet that's bigger than him. When the time comes, but it should be cool. The one problem is that they named him Neville, and we can't change his name, obviously, because they'll meet him still when they come to visit. So I'm just gonna have a cat that sounds like it's named after Gary Neville.
It is. You're a big Gary Neville fan. You've been talking about it for years.
I sort of
In
said
fact, I
'cause-
remember you saying you've always wanted to name a pet after him. And in fact, it's not Gary Neville. You were always a Phil Neville guy, and you know it.
Mrs. Sheepdog was like, no one's going to make the association with Gary Neville. And I was like, first off, I did immediately. Second off, he's a Maine Coon, Mancunian, Gary Neville, Man United football player. I was like, it all fits together. I've just decided I'm going to come up with like more and more slightly one step away from Neville nicknames until I'm just calling him Nunu or something. Although that's a rude word. I might just call him New. Like New. But yeah, I didn't expect that. We were planning on getting a dog at some point in the next year, so we're probably not doing it anymore. I don't know. We've got a dog-sized cat instead.
Interesting. All sounds very suspect, if you ask me. Which you didn't, which I'm offended about.
I mean, I barely got consulted.
Interesting. Anna, are we getting a cat?
No, we got a
Good.
dog.
Good. That is the correct answer. I mean, if you were taking pets off people, you could have had a dog. Dave's always available.
Don't say that.
What's
What do you
the
mean?
what's the etiquette on when you adopt someone's pet from them? What's the etiquette on flipping it and selling it on? Because I was told these cats are worth well over £1,000, and I'm like,
Oh yeah, absolutely. You should sell it. I'd be changing its name as well. My old cat Charlie was one that we got off a friend of a friend, and we changed. He was called Bailey's, and I was like, well, I'll have him, but I am not calling him that because it's absurd. Not Bailey, Bailey's, literally named after the booze because that's what colour his fur was. And no, I'm not having that. He can be called Charles.
I met that cat, and I'm sure he didn't have that colour hair by the time I met him.
He got old, and I painted him.
This one's ginger, just like me.
I mean, that is something you should probably know as a new cat owner. You are supposed to paint them twice a year, whatever colour you want, but you do have to paint them. So make sure you do that. It is quite cruel not to paint them. You should do it immediately upon it arriving. Nice coat of paint.
When they turn up and he's just
Kevin's
like
lying.
a blue
Don't
cat
listen.
who's called Nigel or something, they're going to be
Yeah.
very confused.
Well, that's the thing. If you paint the cat, when they come over to visit, they'll just assume it's a different cat, so they won't realise you've changed the name. And it was like, oh, he must have sold our cat because it was worth £1,000. This is his new, completely different coloured cat.
What I need to do is sell it and then tell them like I sold it for a much lower amount and offer them a few quid to say like cheers for giving us a cat, and then just keep the rest.
I reckon there's a small percentage of our listeners who got so excited when we got straight into video games this week. And we're like, oh my God, finally, after 15 years, they've just gone straight into gaming. This is what I've wanted all this time. And then their faces just dropped when we started talking about your cat.
I mean, it's
No,
good
this
news,
is the correct form. We should be talking about your cat.
Hold on.
Oh,
Breaking news.
Pab's got
Breaking
cat
news. No.
Yeah.
I've got a Mewtwo EX now.
Hey!
I
Bit
will
of
admit,
gaming news,
Kev,
dip back in. There you
I
go.
got that
Carry on.
Mewtwo EX following your advice and using my.
Yeah, I've been doing the same since you said it as well. I've been just using these.
using your hourglasses.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the word then. I was like, the things.
I'm
the things.
basically a Pokemon tutorial, a walking Pokemon tutorial.
While
You're
we're on the
welcome,
topic
everybody.
of that world of games, so that I don't have to drag us back onto it later, I got to level 50 on Pokemon Go the other day, which means I basically completed that again, a new way.
So what you're saying is there is a gap in your life for a new Pokemon game, so you really should throw yourself.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, I mean you're right, and I didn't. It wasn't. I wasn't interested in it as such. It was I didn't have the energy all week. I've been a bit under the weather, as I mentioned. So yeah, everyone was sending me their codes, as you can imagine. Oh yeah, Pokemon, that's Sheepdog. Let's send him the code, and I was just kind of like, yeah, I'll add you when I've got it. And then when I added it loaded it up, I couldn't find how to add people, so I had to go back to people and say, oh, here's my code, add me, because I don't know how to do it. Once I figured it out now. I don't actually think I've done any battles on it either, but that was because I assumed that you had to. I always thought with the card game you had to have all three of the Pokemon that evolve in your deck, and then you had to like go
Yeah,
through the
you do.
rigmarole.
You do.
Yeah, okay. Because you were saying pair of a guard before, and I was thinking, well, that involves getting all three of the
Yeah,
guard.
you need the full line.
Yeah.
It's relatively easy to do. There's not a lot of cards to pull at the moment. There's only It's only like 180, I think, unique cards, then a load of special cards. So open enough packs and you very quickly will end up with most of the basic stuff.
I know very little about this card game. I know you said learn, and you did actually give.
Well, there
my
are
son
tutorials in game.
Card Academy thing that we played a couple of times, but I can't remember.
Well, it's different to that version anyway.
Oh, okay.
If you can read, you'll be able to figure it out because all the cards explain on them what they do. And if you go through the tutorials, then it's easy peasy. Easy peasy. And then you could all the solo play, you can just have it set it to auto play anyway, and it'll just play itself. You only actually have to engage with it properly when you're playing against other people.
What's the consensus on like rifling through the cards that appear, like the packs, sorry, in a big circle? I just pick the one that's on that is presented to me.
I mean, as you can imagine, because I'm Kev, I've watched probably 40 or 50 different YouTube videos about this game, and the general consensus seems to be that the pack contents are set the moment you click open pack, and the little carousel thing is just there as a little gimmick and makes no difference. So
doesn't stop me spinning it though.
Yeah, spin it if you want. Don't spin it. Doesn't matter. It's still going to have exactly the same stuff in.
You flip the packs.
You can do whatever you want.
I only realised
at all.
Yeah.
I was very confused when I turned the pack round and then I opened it and the cards were all placed the other way. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But
Nice surprise.
Sheepdog baffled by physics again.
Well,
I turned this round and now it's facing the other way.
I didn't expect it to do me like that, basically. I expected it to just get on down to business. I was like, spare me your jokes. Come on, show me the cards. I'm a serious man.
Go. Serious man with serious cards.
Hmm.
And this time next week, we'll all be battling each other. And soon, hopefully, they'll introduce trading. But the fact we're only a week in and they've already had 2 separate events, one single player, one multiplayer, is encouraging, because the first couple of days, the general feeling was, okay, it's fun opening the packs, but there's not actually any incentive to play the game. Once you've opened that first batch of packs, you have that kind of wild first couple of days where you open like 30 packs because it's just throwing hourglasses at you. And then
I mean, Sheepdog didn't.
Yeah, normal people do. And then very quickly you get into this, okay, so I'm opening packs a couple of times a day and then there's still not really any reason to play. And then just as normal people were starting to feel there's not much reason to play, they brought in the solo event. And then just as we were all starting to finish the solo event, they've brought in the multiplayer event. And it's all, they seem to be putting some thought into it. There seems to be a content plan, which coming from Football Manager and EAFC and all these games that I'm used to, the concept of a cohesive and thought out content plan is baffling to me. But they do seem to actually be putting some thought into it at the moment. It could just be beginner's luck. They've had 2 events. They might have it might be pure luck that it's made sense the way they've done them. But at the moment, I am encouraged by the whole thing. Go get it, boys and girls. You won't be able to send me a friend request though, because I'm super popular and my friends list is always already full. Because I'm a super popular guy. If Anna wants to play it, I have to kill somebody off of my friends list. I think it's the only way to get someone off your friends list.
Yeah, hunt them for sport. I read on the tutorial.
Absolutely.
I got my second Mewtwo card just now.
Well, there you go. Now you can really build a fancy deck.
Yeah,
People will hate you online.
Is that not what everyone's just doing? A whole massive deck of Mewtwo's?
Pretty much the 2 meta decks are the Mewtwo EX and the Pikachu EX, because they both are EX basic cards. So rather than having to evolve to get to your really superpower card, you can basically just, from the word go, have a really overpowered EX card, which are the super powered up cards. And if you have your deck balanced correctly, because it forces you to always have a basic card in your hand at the start. My deck only has as basic cards 2 Mewtwo EXs and 2 Rolts. So I'm either getting the first step towards my Gardevoir or Gardevoir, whatever it is, or the Mewtwo. I can only get one of those 2 things. So I've got a 50% chance of getting a Mewtwo right at the start, and then very quickly start powering him up with my Gardevoir when I get there as well. So it's people like me, we are the scum of the game, and we don't even get thanks in the online games half the time. If you go into the beginner versus mode and pull out that deck, people don't give you thanks, and thanks leads to hourglasses and leads to packs, but people don't seem to appreciate being smacked around a bit by a couple of Mewtwo's, which I frankly find a little offensive because I like smacking them around.
I got one more question that I've thought of while I'm clicking around on it, and that is, does it matter which pack I open out of the Pikachu
Yes.
Charizard?
Yeah, they
Oh,
have
yeah.
different contents in. So there are some cards that are available in all of them, but there are some cards that are only in particular packs. So if you want the Mewtwo EX, that's only in the Mewtwo pack. If you want the Pikachu EX, that's only in the Pikachu pack. So there are certain cards that are in certain packs. If you look at your Pokedex and click on your blank spots in your Pokedex, it will tell you what packs you can get those cards in. So if you're looking for particular cards for your pack, for your deck, you can open the pack that they're most likely to be in. And don't forget to do your Wonder Picks as well. They recharge twice a day as well, and they're also a good way to start topping up your Pokedex as well. There's lots going on in this game. 'Tis fun.
Yeah, I just opened the Pikachu one for the first time, having only opened Mewtwo once since I got it. So yeah, that's useful for expanding. Got a shiny Snorlax, so that's cool.
Yeah, yes. Shiny old Snorlax. But yeah, Pokemon TCG Pocket. Go get it, boys and girls. Hey, Anna, we've stopped talking about Pokemon. You can tell us about Dragon Age, which I haven't touched since the last episode of the
What?
podcast because I've been playing Pokemon. I've literally done nothing but play this game, Pab, and it's your fault. I've just been playing Pokemon. I've put hours upon hours into it.
I don't see how, but play other
'Cause
games.
I love it. I love it with my face.
Hmm.
Anna, are you there?
I
Have
am.
we
I'm
sent
just,
you to sleep?
I'm just listening to you go on about Pokemon and thinking, Lego was fun for a while.
What? I'm still loving Lego as well.
Yeah, but we can only afford one, and that's
Oh
like
my word! This one doesn't cost anything. I need it on a
80
t-shirt.
at least like what, £100 a year.
What are you talking about?
You're putting £7.99 into
I
it.
haven't paid them a penny. I've still got
You're
another week
going
of the free
to.
trial. I might lose interest in a week.
That's a whole set. That is, well, yeah, a whole set that would get you another giraffe.
When you put it like that. I mean, there's a chance I finish my Pokedex for this first series in the next week, in which case I won't need it because I won't need to open any more packs until they release the next expansion. So
I doubt it.
we'll see, Pabby.
I saw an article saying
I
it
only
takes
need
about
like another 15 cards.
if you put no money into it, it will take 2 years to fill that Pokedex out, is what I saw an article on today.
Will it, Bobbins? That's like the articles you get about the football stickers before the World Cup. Like, oh, you need to spend £800. Yeah, well, only if you're a buffoon and you do it wrong. Do you have to open the packs with Kev's Mad Skills? That's the way. I've never spent that much on football stickers.
I bet you are.
Plus, I imagine that's relying on just opening packs as well. But every time you open a pack, you get what I can't remember what the equivalent of Stardust is. But basically, you can use that to buy the cards that you've got missing.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, so you'll have that accumulating for every pack that you open up. So by the time you're getting towards the end, similar to with the football stickers, you can go and just fill in the gaps with this special dust that you get. And this dust stuff is unique to each expansion. So at the moment we're on the genetic Apex like series. We don't know how long that's going to exist for, but when they move on to the next expansion, all that dust, all your hourglasses, all of that stuff is irrelevant. This stuff is just for this section. So you want to use it now anyway. So yeah, I can't imagine it would take 2 years. I'm sure it will be a faster process than that. Otherwise, people are going to get very upset with it quite quickly.
I mean, if you've got 7 left to get, then it seems
well, I
very
don't.
likely.
Hold on, let's have a look. I'm actually looking at my Wang Jangler now.
I'm on 76 and I barely touched it. So
okay, I've got 198 out of 226 in my main deck, so I'm a little bit further away than I may have suggested, but I'm still doing all right. I need another 28 Pokemon, plus there's the promo decks as well, which I think I need about another 5 on, but most of them haven't even been released yet. So bottom line, Pab's telling lies.
Talking out of his rear end, as usual.
Yeah, old anus mouth over there. We see you, anus mouth. Anna, we really are going to let you talk about
Are
Dragon
we?
Age now.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, like you said it, and then you started going on again.
Oh, well,
And I was
you started
I'm
going
just-
on about it, young lady.
I just went back to what I was doing because I just thought I'd leave you to it because I really don't want to hear about Pokemon because I'm not interested. But I thought about 30 hours into Dragon Age.
What? Wow, good stuff.
I have all the characters now. I have all my crew.
Mhm.
Really don't want to spoil anything, but the only person, like, this is literally the 5 minutes you meet Harding again, and Harding is in your group. And every
I've
other
heard
person,
you say that to lots of people as if we should know who Harding is. I don't remember Harding.
she was in the
I believe that she was, but it was like 10 years ago. I don't remember what my character was called in that.
I remember because she was fun. Yeah, so apart from her, everybody else is new. Not met these people. It's all a new cast character because, like I was saying last week, that you could like make your Inquisitor not met. I don't know why, because I've not met them yet, so I don't know why I picked their backstory. I don't know why I made them a character. Maybe they turn up. Maybe it was just a thing that I don't know, but not met them yet. Like I said, I'm 30 hours in. I'm just I'm doing the main story, because the way the main story is as you do that you get all your crew basically. So I am at that point where I have all of them. I think it's 7. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think it's 7, maybe 8 people that you have. And now that's where I'm up in the story. Like, I don't want to say who you get, what you get, where you get them from. There are many worlds I've been to, which is nice. Like in Inquisition, you had many places to go, but they were like a contained space. There was lots to do in these spaces. There's not as much to do in these spaces, and you are going back. Like, I did this one place, and it was like, here you go and find this person. Found that person, went back to the lighthouse. Basically, that's like your hideout. You go there within like 20 minutes to start the game. So it's called the lighthouse. It's just you're in the Fade basically. And when I got back to the lighthouse, it said, right, now that place has more open thing. It's now open, so you can go back and go to the places that you couldn't get to before, because you have everyone seems to have like a special power that they can use, and they don't have to be with you to use that power, because you have an item that helps you. So if someone, say Harding can move stones, you can just press R1, go to the top of your menu, and it will do the action for you, because you have an item that you carry with you. So that's kind of cool, that you're not trying to go, who can I pick, who should I take, because you can just use all of them. And there's like a few in lands that I've been to, and like, oh, I need that person, but I don't need them with me, because I can use their power when they're not with me, which is quite cool. And I'm just doing like puzzles and stuff. I'm helping people. Like, like I said, I'm doing the main mission, but I'm also doing every side mission that you could possibly throw at me, just because they're interesting and I like to know the world and what's going on. There is a lot of reading if you want. You don't have to, but there is a lot of reading, and it just gives you more backstory. But all in all, I'm enjoying it. I've not really had any problems. It's not crashed on me at all. I just saw today that there was an update. I've not updated yet because I was doing a play, so I haven't done that yet. But I'm sure there'll be upgrades in there. So I'm learning more about it. So like in Inquisition, you could make your armor. You can't make your armor in this. You upgrade the armor you find, which is fine. Like you get it's a bit like Assassin's Creed, where your weapons would have stats on them, and you can upgrade them stats by finding that kind of weapon or item in the world, and it upgrades them for you, so you don't have to have like 10 pieces of armor that are all the same. They just upgrades the one you've got. You can't sell armor that you have acquired. It just stays with you. Same with weapons, same with rings, same with everything stays with you, but everyone has their own unique set of things that they have, so you can't swap swords with any other. You can't swap wands with anybody other. They have their own set, and that is their set. They can't be sold. They're just there. But you don't have a thing where you can't carry so much. It's just you have unlimited basically, because they're always in your menu. The only thing you do sell is scrap that you find around, which is fine. That's how you get your money. Obviously, you find money around and you find items and you sell them. And what you buy with them is, again, upgrades from the factions that upgrade special items that they give you, which is fine. Or that area has a character, and that will upgrade their armor and stuff. So I'm working that out. I'm also working out that there's like these wolf statues, and you have to like touch them, and then you have to follow where like their spirit goes, and that gives you skill points. Like skill points are coming at me left, right, and center. It's not just by getting XP. You're getting it from your followers. You're getting it from finding items. You're just they're coming at you, because the skill tree is quite large. Like I was thinking, it's thinking, oh, it'll be fine, I would do that, but it is quite large. It's got a lot of branches coming off it. So I'm only level 23, but that all my skill points aren't just from that, because like I said, I found them from statues and things, doing things for the companions and whatnot. So all in all, fine. I'm enjoying it. I keep going back to it. Every day I just do a few bits different, and go here, there, and everywhere, and just get on with the story. Quite understanding the story, because sometimes Dragon Age gets so convoluted. You're like, what now? Who? Why? What? Why are you putting them in? Whatever. But yeah, I think playing the other ones has given me a little bit of insight of this one. I'm going, oh yeah, I know what that means. I know that this means. But there is a glossary that I didn't see. Like, you've got a page where like all your notes and stuff going. At the bottom there's a glossary. You can go in there. You can find out what everything means. So I'm like, I went through it. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I was like, yes, I know what this is. I know what this is. So that's quite good. That's there, so you understand some of the things, because they do say some words, and you're like, what now? Who? And it's like, I don't know. So yeah, and this week I also put in for a couple of hours Suicide Squad. I just wanted to go and bounce around a city shooting for a bit. I don't know why. I just did. So I popped it in, and it was like, it said season 5, and I was like, what now? Why is it? Why are you on season 5? And it came like, there was this like big video that came on about this new girl who is on Deadshot. Is that who's in Suicide Squad?
Yes.
Deadshot's daughter is doing something. She's like a superhero of some sort, and I was like, okay, I think her name's Zoe, maybe. And I was like, oh my god, what is going on? But apparently you can't. There's no point doing that until you finish the game. And I went in. I was on chapter 3. I killed. Who did I kill? Flash. I got rid of Flash. Flash is dead. What I did is I went in and I tried, because I was just like on the like first difficulty first. I was like, it's like 10% XP, 15% something else. And I was like, I couldn't do it. I could not do it on that level. So I put it to the one that was just story and did it first try. I don't know what was going on. Basically, what was happening is, obviously it's Flash. Flash can move a lot. Like his pinging, and the way Suicide Squad is, sometimes someone is psyched up, so it is better to have them doing the fight than anybody else because he'll do more damage. But the thing is, the person I had only had snipers, and I don't know why. I don't know where their other weapons went, but they only had snipers, and I was like, I can't snipe that fast. I'm just not that good. I'm good at sniping on a scope when it's flashes zooming around, and having to then contend with like 3 tornadoes. I didn't know he could shoot at tornadoes, but he was, and it was just a mess. So yeah, I put it down to like story mode, and I did it, and then I just put it back up to normal mode because I haven't got time to mess with that. I think that's why I turned it off when I turned it off, because it was just doing my head and I could not do it, and it was doing my head in. But I got through it and I did it, and yeah, just bouncing around the world, throwing grenades at penguins, men, and stuff like that. Not much else to say. And then right now, since 7, I've been playing, hold on, Mario and Luigi Brothership.
Oh, very good.
I literally have got it today. I played it for 43 minutes. And what I have played of it is a bit like, it's basically just, I don't even know how to describe. Basically, you and Luigi on screen, and at the moment you can jump on your characters. So it's like you go into a battle zone, like, I don't know, the old Final Fantasies or whatever. You go into a zone, and at the moment all I can do is bounce on top of them. But now I have Luigi, I can bounce with Luigi. So basically, if it's Mario's turn, I have to press A, B, and then A. And then if it's Luigi's turn, I have to press B, A, and B, because they help each other, but they have corresponding buttons. So
what kind of Mario game is this? What is this, like Mario RPG stuff, or?
Yeah.
It says Mario and Luigi find themselves on the island of Concordia, the once unified continent now scattered across the seas. Together with their new friend Connie, the brothers set sail to bring Concordia's many islands back together. So what I said, there was a place, I don't know, a world that had a tree in the middle, and everything was connected through the tree, and everything was lovely. And then the tree got destroyed, and all of the places like snapped off, like with their lifeline from a tree. I don't know how it works. And now they're all sailing around, and I was on one. I found Mario, and then I was Mario, and I found Luigi. I ran off an island to catch the continent that was going fast, and Luigi caught me. And then I just got into a cannon to be shot to another area that I have just got to. And there's little things that are wearing berets, and they are artists. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's
Sounds like a fever
literally
dream, doesn't it?
that is literally all I know. I've got to go there.
That was yes to the RPG thing.
And this is the RPG, and I've got to go and find the lighthouse, but I can't find the lighthouse because the bridge is not open. That's all I know. That is literally 43 minutes, because there's been a lot of talking, telling me about the islands, and I'm like, yes, okay, but so Dragon Age is paused on the TV, and I'm playing Mario on the Switch for the podcast.
And then as soon as we're done, you're back on Dragon Age, picking up from your pause point.
That will be correct, yes.
That's phenomenal.
I have something that might unpause you.
Oh.
What's that? What,
have you got
Dragon
the Mass
Age?
Effect armor?
No, where is it?
It's next to the. Let's have a look. It is next to the caretaker in the lighthouse.
Is that where it is? Because I heard about it, but I didn't know where it was. Okay,
Is this a thing that's just in the game as standard, or do you need a fancy
because
edition
it's
or
no, it's the N7 day.
Okay.
He doesn't know.
So it's only available today. No, I know what that means.
Yes.
Celebrating that haul at the XL. I understand.
Yes. Yeah.
I was like, what the hell's a Hawlet? Celebrating that Hawlet shepherd, I thought you were going to say then. And I was like, what?
No, at Excel there's an
Yeah,
answer.
no, it's his accent.
I don't have an accent. You have an accent. Your ears have got an accent.
But yeah, I need to. There's lots of things to do in Dragon Age. There's lots, like, yes, the main mission, and yes, it's bad, but you're like, oh, I'm gonna go over there and find some nugs and see what they're doing. Nugs are little animals, by the way.
I thought you meant chicken nuggets.
No, nugs as in like little rodents.
Because you like nugs in general, so I thought, oh, she's going to have some chicken nuggets. Fair enough. She didn't really like dinner. That makes sense.
I didn't like dinner. No, I don't. I don't like reheated mashed potato. It just.
Well, then you need to move the children back in because I can't just cook for two. It's
Yeah, but I
possible.
like fish pie.
Sometimes
But...
we're going to have leftovers.
Yeah, but you could just make some fresh mash. Okay, but yeah.
Mash.
What else have I done? I got the Kevin. What Lego did I get? What is it called?
The botanical garden.
I got the botanical garden, and it's very big. It's 2 plates wide. I've never had anything so wide in my life. But base plates are very flimsy. Like I was moving it earlier for dinner. And I thought, but like back in the day,
now you know why I Mills plate my big set.
I swear to God that the base plates used to be as hard as anything, and I could fly it across the room
I don't think you
and
had
ping
proper
my
base plates. I think you had like actual plates rather than base plates, which are
ping
different.
my,
But yeah,
ping
this
my
is
brothers in the head.
now you finally understand why I make such a fuss about reinforcing my plates before I build on them, because yeah, otherwise it's a disaster.
Flimsy as anything, but for how much it was, they need to just give you better plates. Goodness me, they aren't great, but it's lovely inside. I've been making all sorts of plants and whatnot, so that's good. What else is going on in my life with Lego? Kevin decided to
That's me.
Smash my Stitch.
I didn't decide to smash Stitch. It was
on the
receiving. It was on the receiving end of a good old-fashioned curtain polling. We've all been there.
I was going, be careful, and he just was holding it up in there and turned round, going what, and smashed Stitch. And he went all on the floor. He has missing bits. He has black bits that should be blue. He's basically been battered black and blue. Because he has blue and now he has black bits too. And I'm also halfway through the what's it called, Kevin?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The one that's rickety and
the burrow.
The burrow.
And we discovered that apparently people in the Midlands say ski whiff rather than skew whiff, because it wasn't just Anna, even though I mocked her furiously when she first said it. But
exactly.
People leapt to her defence. Have you ever heard ski whiff before? Nobody has.
Never.
No.
Exactly.
You weird people.
But apparently that's a Midlands thing.
Kevin's game still hasn't arrived.
I need to check
Really?
that, because I think it probably must have done at some point. I imagine it's got in the
don't know where it
recycling
is.
bin. I only remember when we're doing the podcast and then never chase it up.
I told you to chase it last night. I was like, check it.
I was busy. I had correspondence
reading.
to attend to.
Yeah, but no, that is it.
Hey, talking of reading, I mean, we could talk about this
Okay.
off the podcast, but quickly, Anna, this is news for you. You know, I decided not to get my colour Kindle because the manager. No, they're being recalled and not sent out because they're all faulty.
No.
Oh, really?
Apparently, they all have like a yellow light glow underneath them, so they don't really work properly. So they're not currently dispatching them, and I think I'm not sure if there is a recall or there's about to be a recall, or potentially there'll be a recall, but they're not dispatching them at the moment because there is a fault with them.
Huh.
Wow.
So I'm a flipping genius. Good old football manager saving me from a dodgy Kindle. Thank you, football manager. You can release the game now. Your work here is done.
Like that. There you go.
Right, apparently, I've received this according to Shop2's website. I have a tracking number. I'll read it out to you all now, so you can all track my parcel for
How
me.
did you do that?
I know. I've put the tracking number in on the Royal Mail. It says an update will only be provided when we attempt to deliver your item. So they've not attempted to deliver it, but Shop 2 think they have sent it.
Is Shop 2, do you have this address or old address?
This address.
Okay.
I've clicked item not received, and it's just given me a Word document to download. A lost claim form. Oh, they know I'm not going to fill in a Word document.
I'll fill it in for you.
I was going to
Send
say, I
it
mean,
me.
I'm writing off this 20 odd quid or whatever it is right now. This is, it's on PayPal. I'll just charge it back through that.
There you go.
Pab owes me a Balatro.
I
Try it
don't.
again.
Well, you found
Royal
me
Mail does.
You found me this dodgy website. Untrustworthy, dodgy
I'm
website.
Shop
all
2.
always order
Anna
off
uses
there.
Shop 2, yeah.
Feels like you were conning him, Pab.
Yeah. Old Pabby Shop 2, as he's known.
I wish they had now, but unfortunately, no, it wasn't me.
Well, continue.
Poor
I'm
Kev.
still, yeah. I'll just sit here with no physical copy of Balatro. I've only got my 3 different digital versions to keep me going. That's the world I'm having to live in, Pabby. I only have like 5 devices I can possibly play this on currently.
When I was talking to you about the other card game earlier in the podcast, and I was like, I'm just not really into it. I was going to say, I don't really play card games. And then I stopped myself because I thought, well, I've been playing Balatro lots. But then it also occurred to me after I stopped myself saying it, the other thing that I've played this week is Inscryption, which I know we've talked
Here we go.
about like, I don't know, 100. I actually checked. I was like, I'm sure we've spoken about this before. And I checked. It was like episode 450 or something. So 2 years ago. But a friend of mine was saying they'd been playing it and it was good. So I just happened to see that it was on Game Pass. And I was like, well, yeah, I'll have a crack at that. And yeah, that's been funny and weird and
it's weird,
unusual. And I couldn't tell whether, because my wife rang me while I was doing one of the early rounds and I failed. And I was kind of like, I don't know whether I was supposed to die, because it was like the story carried on as though it was intentional. It was like, oh yeah, do this, do that, blah blah blah. And I'm pretty sure I didn't have to die there. Maybe it would have just basically turned me into a card. And it just carried on like, oh, don't worry about it, you're new, crack on. And I was thinking, well, like, because I wasn't really paying attention. I was chatting, sorting out whatever I was sorting out on the phone, and then clicking at the same time. One of the cards was like, well, that was a mistake. You shouldn't have done that. And I thought, it's unusual for the card to tell me that I made a mistake. And then, I carried on from there and then failed. But it's been a weird one. Just kind of going through being told the story. Was it you that played it before, Pab, or was it Kev?
Yes.
Has Kev played it? Because he likes card games.
Doesn't sound familiar.
It's one of the reasons why I was going to message you about it straight off the bat was that one of the first cards you get is a Stoat, and I thought,
I'm in.
There could be a goat card on the agenda there somewhere along the way. It's a Stoat card that talks to you as well, so but yeah, it's just a weird little card-based odyssey is what it calls itself. Blends deck building, roguelike escape room style puzzles with psychological horror and blood-laced ... I need to click down to read the rest. Blood-laced smoothie? What? Okay, so it blends them all into a blood-laced smoothie. Darker are the secrets inscribed upon the cards. Ooh. So there you go. It's on Game Pass, and it does seem fun. I'm having a good time with it. I am literally at the door to the end of Baldur's Gate 3. I think I'll complete it tonight after the podcast, after dinner and everything. I'm just going to sit down and smash that out. I don't really know why I chose to just save and stop playing at that point. I was like, I haven't got time for this. I'm just going to stop now. And I thought, I don't know how long this would. It might take hours for all I know, but I'm there and I will play it tonight. That's been great. I did all of the side quests I could possibly do. Did every single thing I could possibly find. and I am just at that point now where I've made all my decisions and I will see how they play out and so forth. So yeah, that's been fantastic. I will be completely and utterly lost tomorrow or whenever when I've completed this and I haven't got anything to do. I was so tempted to just start again and play it as a mean character or whatever, but I thought no, I'll save that for the future. I'm sort of tempted to maybe. I'm sort of thinking when Pokemon ZA comes out, I might stream that because I've streamed the Pokemon games. So I thought, it'll be something to play each night. And then if I am back on streaming, maybe I'll do like a playthrough of Baldur's Gate where I just, be mean and see how we go. Enjoy it that way. Because I don't think I'll sit and do it otherwise. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think what else I've done. I've had a really disappointing thing with. I think I talked about this before, maybe, but I mentioned about obviously the tapped out finishing in January. There's 2 characters I need to complete it, and they've made some sort of bug that means they're not in the game. I had a bug with another character, and their support team were just like, "Yeah, we'll add it in," and they sorted it for me. And now every single support person I've spoken to, which is like 3 or 4, I'm not been mad. I've just been kind of going into the chat and asking. They've all given me separate things, separate lies, basically, as to why they can't help me with this. And it's really frustrating. I just keep hoping that I'll stumble across someone in the right team that knows what to do, because they keep telling me, "No, yeah, sorry, can't do it." And I'm like, the guy literally did it a couple of days ago. Like, fix it. And they're like, "No, we can't. It can't be done." And I'm like, they literally did it. Like, I know they did it. We're in the same ticket. If you scroll up to the top of the ticket, you'll see where they did it, and they just refuse to cooperate. And yeah, I'm very much like, this is disappointing because I've got every character except the last 2, and they're not doing any more updates apparently. So that'd be tragic. But I'm sure I'll survive. I'm sure I'll get over it. I think that's everything I've played. I'm looking forward to finishing Baldur's Gate and being able to cross that off the list. And then I need to figure out what to do next. I was toying with the idea of getting Dragon Age and thought, it's going to be quite long, isn't it? So I'm not sure if I want to get into another super long one.
I'm not
40
sure.
to 70 hours.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad considering I've just done 150. I think I'm about 160 hours into Baldur's Gate now, which is insane. But I have been very, very slow. I did like looking at every vase and every box and every place I went to. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying things and I'm excited because once the next like 7 weeks are over, it's kind of into a period of time where lots of other games are coming out. Next year, I think I've got quite a few games coming out that I'm excited about. So yeah, lots of stuff for Sheepdog to do. But
7 weeks.
Well, yeah, the Pokemon game comes out in January sometime. It might be like 8 or 9 weeks.
Who said that? I've not seen any date on that.
I'm sure it's supposed to be due out in January, isn't it?
I've not seen it. It's not been dated at all, from what I can tell.
I'm sure. If it's not January, you just ruined me, Pab.
I'm sure it might have said 2025, but I don't think it said January. It might be wrong. It's been that long since I saw that trailer. Probably right, but I feel like they ain't gonna put it out on a Switch on a base Switch at this point. I don't think.
Oh Jesus! On Amazon, it's got the 31st of December 2025 as the release date. Free delivery Friday the 2nd of January.
That's just a placeholder, yeah.
2026. Yeah, no, I know it is, but
yeah.
I wonder whether I saw December 31st and just assumed that it was coming out in January.
I think you've seen 2025 and assumed that means, immediately at the start of 2025.
Oh, that has ruined me. No, I genuinely saw something that said January before, but looking at it now, I think it's just people that were speculating back when they announced it that some other game came out in January or something like that.
Yeah, Arceus did, didn't it? Was it Arceus?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, it did.
God damn, that's ruined me. That has a better update.
I mean, it might, but I can't imagine it being.
It's not going to come out on the Switch. It'll be a launch title for Switch 2, won't it?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
I thought part of the thing was that it wasn't going to be a Switch 2 game, and this was kind of.
Well, it'll do both, I imagine, because they've announced this week that this Switch 1 games are backwards compatible with Switch 2. So.
That's really disappointed me. That so yeah, I've got nothing to play for like the next indeterminate amount of time. Then
you start your Dark Urge run on Baldur's Gate, then, can't you?
I think I'll have to. No, I'll find some stuff. I'm sure there was. My mind's gone blank, but I had a whole list of things that I was thinking. Oh, I'll play that. I'll play that. It always happens when I start a long game. I'm like, oh, I could have a look at that. That sounds good. Everyone's talking about this, and I don't do any of those. But yeah, it'll be cool.
Or get on Dragon Age and before the end of the year, and you can weigh in on Game of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it on the EA Game Pass thing?
Yes.
That's where Kev's playing it.
Yeah,
isn't
so
it?
EA, whatever
Yeah,
it's
I'll
called.
just get it on that.
EA Play, whatever
yeah.
it is.
I don't know if it's just on the Fantasy Premium version. I don't think it's on the
I think
Game
it
Pass
is. I think
version.
it's not on Game Pass. There'll be a trial on the Game Pass version though.
Let me have a look.
It's about 8 hours, is it? First 8 hours, I think. Get quite
That's all he
far in 8
needs.
hours.
He's not going
Yeah.
to get beyond 8 hours, is he? But not this side of Christmas.
A good point.
EA Play is included with Xbox Game Pass. So I'm guessing it's not on EA Play, then it's on EA Play
I
Premium.
think it's EA Play Premium, yeah.
Right, okay.
But it might be a game trial of it on the EA Play base.
I mean, I'll just if I enjoy it, I'll get it. It'll be fine. We can look at that between now and whenever. What have you played, Pabby?
So yeah, let's put it this way: the Dragon Age is climbing up my list rapidly.
Mhm.
I think it's bumped some things off the list.
Shame they released it on the same day as Game of the Year, then, really, isn't it? So that I don't get to play it anymore.
What's Game of the Year?
Pokemon TCG Pocket.
That's
not a Game of the
That's not
Year.
a game.
Of course, it's a game.
What happened to Bellatrol then?
That's also Game of the Year. They both win Game of the Year jointly. Basically, handheld card games win Genre of the Year.
Final Fantasy Rebirth wins Game of the Year. Easily.
Never heard of it.
No.
Surely that came out like 3 years ago, didn't it?
No, it was this year.
No one believes you.
I mean, if it wasn't this year, I've lost my damn mind.
No, it was this year. It
Yeah, I was
was
going to
very
say. Scared me then.
No, it was this year. It was. But yeah, I have.
Perhaps arguing with himself there. It was. It really was. All right, Pavy.
It was.
All right.
It was.
Was it this year?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, it was.
Suddenly I had just suddenly blanked, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, and then I realised, yeah.
Good Lord.
But
Are we
yeah,
getting
Dragon
too
Age,
old for
like,
this?
yes.
My word.
No, because I was about to talk about Dragon Age, and you threw me, and I was like, did he mean? No, it doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, Dragon Age. I've only put about 10 hours into this, and I'm disappointed to have not played more. Where am I in the story? I've just got Lucanis, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Which is the which is part of the tribe that I'm part. Yeah, the Crows. Which it turns out I'm part of that crew. That's the faction that I picked at the start of the game.
Okay.
So that was quite fun. That there's like dialogue for that and stuff like that, which is cool. So now I feel like there's an allegiance for him to be in my party all the time now, because of like, well, in theory that would happen because I've got one of my crew back from home, sort of thing, and I was like, well, I've not had a need to bring him out yet, to be fair. So that's how far I've got. I've started doing side quests, and side quests have been quite fun. I like how the levels seemed quite linear initially.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just because I wasn't really exploring.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't looking around in the world, and then I just found myself just wandered off. And then you see a chest in the distance, like, I'll go and get this chest, and then 10 minutes later, I'm trying to figure out how to unlock a barrier to get to this chest, and climbing over cliff sides and looping back round to it and stuff. And I spent 20 minutes trying to open a chest that has pretty much nothing in it. I can't unsee the chest. That's the thing for me.
Yeah.
I can't unsee what is there in front of me, and I was like, I can't leave that unopened because it shows it on the map then, and if you open it, it ticks it off. If not, it just stays on the map, and I'm like, I can't leave that unticked. I need to go figure out how to do it. So I spend 20 minutes exploding
Sometimes
walls
you can't,
and stuff.
though. Sometimes
You can't. You're right.
Yeah.
And I need to accept that, but sometimes more often than not, I stand there looking at it, going, it wouldn't show at me if it wasn't capable. So I'd bang my head against it. Yeah, I do like it. I like the combat, even though I'm not overly using the commands as much as I'd like to. I'm getting more into like determining like certain teammates can like set people up to do something. As like there's multiple of ways. Like some are like some have different powers, and you can electrocute them and do all these and blight them, is it, and stuff like that, and all these different things. But some of them also like have triggers that the secondary teammate can trigger, and that's quite cool. But I've not really been doing that because I am playing on story as well, because I just want to get through it, sort of thing. I don't want to struggle with it.
Are you on story?
Yeah.
No, I'm not on that.
I wasn't going to, and then I just was like, you know what? I'm not messing about here. I'm not.
It's not that bad.
No, it isn't that bad, and it's definitely not that bad on story. Because
No.
all I do is just run in and just hack and slash into the characters, and then I pretty much just do them all in one go. Yeah, I've enjoyed the game. The game looks amazing. The art style doesn't bother me. I know people weren't overly sure about the art style initially, but it's like half like realistic and half. I don't want to say Pixar, but it has like a slightly cartoonish.
It looks like
they're a bit caricaturish.
It looks like Andromeda, but not as bad. The Mass Effect game.
Yeah.
BioWare.
I don't think it was. I think it seems more like. Do you remember that Kenna Bridge of Spirits game? And it seems like an animation. In fact, I think an animation team did make that game, but it seemed like sort of like an animated film kind of like look to it, and that's the way it feel. I feel like I get that from certain characters every now and again. I look at it and go, that looks like a Pixar character every now and again.
Yeah.
So they have like a slightly animated look to them, which is I don't mind at all. And what I like about this game is that I want to play this game. I look forward to getting in and playing Dragon Age, which is good. Which is what I want to do. And admittedly, I don't have tons of time to play it, so it might take me a while to finish it. But as long as I still want to play it, and I'm happy just to do side quests. I've not really pushed the main stories that far, really. So yeah, I'll continue to play it. I'll continue to get on with it. What else have I played? I played a little bit more of Call of Duty Black Ops this week because there was double XP that I didn't know about over it last weekend. There was double XP on multiplayer. I had a lot of fun on that. I've enjoyed just dropping in and just playing some multiplayer Call of Duty again. Takes me back to like what would it be, 360 days into like the early PS4, Xbox One days where I just used to just have Call of Duty and I'd just play some multiplayer every now and again. Plays fine, seems okay. Yeah, I like playing Call of Duty Black Ops at the minute. I've not really played any of the single player again, but I'll get back to that because it's a good story. And the only other thing that I have played and I can talk about is the new Fortnite season has happened. Chapter 2 Remix is the new season. It's only a month long, similar to last November when we had the Fortnite OG come back for a month, which was the Chapter 1 map, and it evolved over the month. It evolved through seasons throughout every week, and it's doing similar things with the new Chapter 2 Remix, where you are getting old weapons, it's an old map, but it was like remixed, like slightly changed and tweaked. And it's going to evolve week in, week out for the next month until the whole new chapter. I think there's a new chapter happening in December, rather than a new season. So we're getting a whole new map, whole reworked map again, going into December, into the Christmas period. I don't mind what I'm playing right now in the Chapter 2 remix. But it feels sometimes like it's meant to be like reminiscent, and it is to a certain extent. But when the game has progressed so much in the coming years, I think sometimes it's hard to go back. And like I don't like certain things, and I miss certain things that I was doing just a couple of weeks ago in the previous season. But it just gets me getting used to. And I've also been playing the reload one, because that's got a new map as well. That mode now got a new map. Which is a desert themed map, which is quite good. And reload is where you go into like it with duos or squads or whatever, and if you die, if your squad gets out of a fight, you will respawn once you die, you'll just respawn. So I've been doing that, and that's been quite fun. I've been doing ranked on that, which is good. Been fun, that one. So yeah, if it's all changed in the Fortnite world at the minute, and like as always, I like some things and don't like a lot of things because it's change, and I don't like change once I've got used to how to do things. And snipers are back in the game, and I get sniped a lot in this game. I get one shot so much in this game, and I'm just angry with myself all the time for not, because like snipers can just one shot you, and then you get downed, and then you end up
should
losing.
shoot them back, Pubby. Shoot them before they
But
shoot
I'm no
you.
good with a
That's what I'd
sniper. That's
do.
why I'm really bad with a sniper, and so I need to get better with snipers. But
I can give you some tips and stuff if you want for that. I'm pretty good at that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know how I get on, because snipers are
like I say, tip number 1: try and kill them before they kill you. See how you get on with that.
Tell you what I did do. I did down Snoop Dogg the other day. Snoop Dogg's in this season, by the way.
Of course he is. Why wouldn't he?
Snoop Dogg's in
as
this
in
season.
a character or as in the man?
The man.
What he was actually playing?
No. He's like a character. He's like, well, he is, yeah.
So the other
Yeah,
answer.
Pab has left it until the 106th minute of the podcast to mention he was playing games with Snoop Dogg this week.
No, well, it's the thing. I downed him, and then fist bumped him, and then he followed me around. He was on my team.
There we go.
So I was playing with Snoop Dogg for a little while. That was fun, having Snoop Dogg around with us.
Stop saying Snoop Dogg.
What's his name? What do you want to call him?
I mean, go about your business. Carry on.
It's a D-O-double-G, Kevin.
Yeah, he's got there's a Snoop Dogg dance, and there's
of course there is.
Yeah, because of
You
course
know he has a kids YouTube channel where he's like he's actually an actual dog, and he's like teaching kids.
Yes, there is
things
a dog.
on
There is a
YouTube.
dog head, like cartoon character skin for Snoop Dogg, and
I don't understand.
He looks like a dog.
Anymore. I think
he looks like a dog.
I'm actually starting to think I might be getting old.
Yeah, there was a concert last Friday. I think there was a whole like live event where Snoop Dogg was live in New York's Times Square, and Fortnite event with Snoop Dogg singing his songs PG rated, because obviously it was. Yeah, other than that, and Pokemon TCG, which I think I'm nearly level 10 now, because I've been doing cards for fun.
Good work,
once I figured out how to use the hourglasses, it doesn't make sense, the hourglass thing. That's the problem.
I think it's to train you into the idea of rushing stuff along, because then you can buy gold, which you can use to buy hourglasses. And I think it's just to get you reliant on the hourglasses. I think that's the idea.
It's a way of circumnavigating, like, you're buying time rather than you're buying packs. You're not buying.
I'm sure
packs.
They know what they're doing.
So, but the thing for me was the little progress bar on when your thing was up was there, and then the little next to it going, you've got this many hourglasses, you've got plus 99 hourglasses. And so I click on it, and it go, this is what an hourglass is. I go, I know what an hourglass is. Let me use it. And I couldn't, like I say, best part of a week, I haven't been able to figure out how to use an hourglass, because only time I open a pack is when it says you can open a pack. So I do. I don't want to be taken. I thought when you press open a pack when you don't have a open timer, I thought that would just take you to the store and it'd go spend some money. I didn't realize, yes, you need to then that's where your hourglasses go.
What
But
a
I figured it
silly
out.
Good
I
work.
figured it out.
You figured it out all on your own, no help. Well done.
Yes, I'll try and do the solo event. I've done 2 of the solo events, I think. The Lapras ones, so I'll try and do them this weekend. But other than that, that's it. That's your lot.
Excellent. Well, I believe we'll wrap things up there then, boys and girls. If you would like to pester us on the internet, you can do that at Mgukpodcast, or you can follow me at Lelujo.
You can find me at RB6K.
I miss Lelujo.
And out Pab 1986.
And we'll see you next week, boys and girls.
Have a good week.
To the bit.
Thanks, folks.